that's not just loose grass. That is moss that's been there, not the last few months or anything, but for ages. Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today we are at St. John's graveyard in a little village called Nobber. Now this, what remains of the church and the graveyard is dedicated to St. John. We're kind of in the south east at Nobber. Now there's a couple of really interesting graves in here. What looks like a chapel in the background there is actually now a heritage centre. So we might go up the steps here and I'll show you these beautiful graves that I'm referring to as we walk around. So as you can see, there's a beautiful graveyard here. That's the heritage centre as I was talking about. I'm actually going to bring you to the first grave of interest and see if we can get back down. It's kind of up on a mound. Excuse me. The whole graveyard is on a mound. Now the effigy of the knight is actually located there on that brick wall. And the reason for that is that it was found, excuse me, it was found in the old, I suppose overgrown in the old church area. Now it was in, I think they said 10 pieces, 10 different pieces. And most of those pieces were of the knight's head. But they've put it together again, which is remarkable, and placed him up high. Something else just to note as well, we've a few grave markers, but you have a look at this one. This one is an old millstone that they have used now for the grave marker, which is quite interesting. So we have to go back this way. And up along here. So I believe it was 1619 when the effigy itself was erected. And as I said, that was in the old church. Now it's depicting a knight, and it's for Gerald Cruz. And I believe it was also for his wife. Now there is some inscriptions there that go all the way around the knight himself, and it basically translate to died the first year of King Henry. Now his family, the Cruz family, were actually Anglo-Normans. It's not so easy to show you, but you can see him there. His hands are actually crossed at his chest. His feet are turned out to the right, and beside them then is a sword. So Gerald Cruz and his family, and you can kind of see where they have pieced together all the different pieces of the effigy. I presume they found it, as I said, 10 pieces seemingly, and mostly up at the top, and you can see all the repair they had to do for it, and that's why he now is here, I suppose, to keep him safe. I don't think that symbolises anything unless it is his tomb. Maybe they took the whole lot and put it there. So that's the only kind of problem I have with this graveyard, is that you can't get up the mound any other way, but then, you know, so you have to kind of go back along. Now there's a few more graves of interest in here. And we'll see if we can find them. More grave markers. "1867 wrote there, erected by John, unsure, Devlin maybe, to depart this life in 1869, I think, wrote just there. So it'll be interesting. Oh, I wonder, is this one of the graves that I'm looking for? So on this grave, right here at the bottom, you have skull and crossbones. The grass has been recently cut, so unfortunately it is covered in grass. But this is the feet. Should really clean that off, shouldn't I? That's his feet. Look, he's completely covered. And he's seemingly wearing, oh, this is a pity, this would be his head. Ouch. But he's wearing a long cloak, and he too is right, I actually stopped the video so the two of us could clean it. So just there, you can see the shadow of my gimbal. That is the skull and crossbones. We have the sands of time there as well. Possibly something else on this side, but he's a cloaked figure. Oh, my gimbal today is not playing ball at all. It keeps shifting. I have a spider now on me. But this is a cloaked figure. You can see his hands are pointing up. And this is the grave or the tomb of Murta Carolyn. Now, he was actually a local priest. I don't know of the date, but I'd imagine that is quite old. I hope you can see that. So with the Heritage Centre being so near, I would hope that they would come and clean the grass off it. This is a beautiful tomb and a beautiful effigy. They've already saved the effigy of the knighted figure over there. But I suppose at least they are trimming it and tending to it. This one looks like it has a couple of cherubs on either side. Quite worn. Yeah, you can't even see the writing, can you? No, just two little cherubs, barely you can make them out. Could be the sun and the moon beside it as well. Between lichen now and old age, this one is actually 1733. The stone was erected by Peter Duggan in memory of his father. Not sure of the father's name.
Patrick.
Is it Patrick? Duggan, who died, departed this life January the 10th, 1738, just there. Beautiful old stone, quite well preserved considering. Ah, look at this. We have two angel faces on either side here. Look at those. And this stone was erected by, is it Paul? Unsure of the surname. For his father anyway. Can't see a date even. Hold on, what's up there? 26th of July. And then aged something, I can't see a date, can you?
Yeah.
No. Beautiful stone as well. The one behind it, I'd say, is quite old. The stone is erected by something Stafford, James Stafford, in memory of his father, George Stafford, who departed this life. Down at the bottom corner there. 17, wow, look how well preserved this one is. Is it 54 or 64? Is it 34? Very hard to know.
60, I'd say.
I think it's 60. 1764. How cool. Another beautiful one just here. A lovely angel. That's gorgeous, isn't it?
The stone burial.
Burial.
Placed.
Belongs to something.
Luke, is it?
Is it Luke? Yeah. It's that same name. Is it Carolyn or Carolyn? Yeah. There's a lot of Carolyns here. Any date here? Like February. Aged. Don't say a date in this. Oh, hold on. No, it's just really worn.
AD there.
AD, yeah, but no.
17.
Oh, 1765, is it? That's what it kind of looks like. Beautiful carving. So, as I say, there is another grave here that I hope to find. And it's supposed to be like a grave slab with a male and female effigy on them. So it'll be interesting if we can find that. We found two, so not so bad. You can see that they have actually preserved what was left of the church. And really beautifully done. Right, let's see if we can find the last tomb slab. Oh wow, look at this. This monument was erected by Daniel MacDermott, in memory of his father, Henry MacDermott, who departed this life July the 13th, 1803, aged 67, and also Miles MacDermott, son of the above, who departed this life January 1797. But look at this, that is stunning. That's definitely had some restoration work. Definitely, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's well
So
preserved.
beautifully done. Look at this one. This is a huge monument, and it's to the Curtis family. And obviously then that up here would be the Curtis family crest. It says in the memory of the Curtis family of Rolla House, Possex Town, whose generations are at rest in this ancient grave and graveyard since the MD to MDC. Also to the memory of Geraldine, and then we have those Roman numerals, and then we have a beautiful verse at the bottom. The love of God no eye has ever seen, nor ear ever heard, nor has any heart ever felt what God is preparing for those who love him. And that's St. Paul. Beautiful.
I like the way it says whose generations
Are at rest in this graveyard. And just here under the elm tree, it says on a little plaque, Curtis family tree. Imagine.
Wonder their ashes there.
I don't know, or did they plant it in memory of those? The marble just doesn't hold up at all, does it?
No.
Right, so far we're having no luck finding this last grave slab. It seems to be a theme, doesn't it, in this graveyard? The beautiful angels. Ah, look what else is here. That's a coffin.
It is a coffin.
It is, yeah.
Is that an hourglass?
I don't know what that is. Anybody know what that is? But we have the little cherub faces, and the coffin is basically the same as Memento Mori, skull and crossbones, to say that, you know, prepare yourself for death.
Erected, what's that by? Is that Daisy?
No, that's a date. Erected something, D1829 by Pat Clark, for his father. Looks like Patrick, who departed this life June 1821, age 71. His mother is there as well. That's pretty cool. I was just looking at the size of this family grave. We won't be able to read anything in there. You have the old rail. It's huge. Tiny little cross here, look at this. With a simple cross on the back of it. Some more grave markers, another millstone just there, used as a grave marker. And we've seen those quite a bit around Ireland, where they would literally use anything they could find to mark a loved one's grave. That is definitely a very, very old cross. Possibly all that's left. Maybe there was a top part to that at some stage. Garda. In memory of Garda U. Ward, who gave his life in the line of duty at Hollyford Garda Station, County Tipperary, following an armed raid, aged just 29. I'll have to look up, see if there's...
So Garda in Ireland is the same as a
Police, yeah.
policeman, yeah.
So his name was Garda U. Ward, and he lost his life the 16th of November 1926 following an armed raid, and he was just 29. How sad. And it just says erected by Garda Organisations, June 2014. How sad. Oh, you'd hear some pretty awful stories. I don't think this is the effigy. I don't see any markings on it, but the little cross behind it is for Patrick Proudfoot, his wife Mary Elizabeth, their sons James, Richard.
Never heard of it.
Proudfoot. An unusual name, yeah. So I don't know whether we're going to find it. With so much grass. Hold on. What's over here? Jeepers, can you believe it? I think this is it. I was just going to say there's so much grass it's hard to know. I don't know, maybe it's not. This is just a different tomb slab. The crucifixion scene and two angels on either side. Oh my God. Don't tell me that's it.
It's completely covered. bet you is.
Right beside the priest. This
Yeah.
is a joke. I'm sorry. The Heritage Centre is here cleaning up, and they haven't to be nice. They haven't to just clean off their grass. So myself and Grave Visitations are going to do that. So I'm going to pause the video. This is completely covered in, so it's not just in fresh grass. We have pulled off layers of moss. So that's kind of doesn't really bode well with me that it's been left here hidden by this moss. That they need to come in and do a proper clean. We're here with our hands, that's all we have. And GV has a piece of timber that he's trying to score out some of the harsher pieces. So GV is just lifting the moss, and he's been gentle enough not to, it's kind of just in the scores of the stone. You'd really need some sort of trowel or something to lift some of this moss. But all we have is our hands.
So whoever's the caretaker in here, well, when they're finished cutting the grass, they should really have a leaf blower or some kind of an instrument that could clean it away.
Like, look at that, is years of moss. That's not
basically hidden history.
That's not just loose grass. That is moss that's been there, not the last few months or anything, but for ages.
This area here is the skull and crossbones.
Yeah.
But it's very hard to make out.
I know, and there's so much more decoration.
That moss is dry, so it's hard.
Yeah.
Hard to.
I think we've done the best we can, considering. Like, the moss is just so dense.
I don't know what that is.
It's probably like an hourglass maybe there as well. And there's so much just here that up this area that I just can't figure out what it is. Yeah. I wonder, is it an hourglass and something else?
There's one each side.
Yeah.
I don't know what's up here.
I don't know. It's like loads of cobblestone, but it's just too, like, my nails are black.
But you can come here.
Right.
Here.
So you can just make out how large the tomb is. And that is what we pulled off it. It's not just dry grass.
It's like carpet.
That is moss. Years of moss. So I don't understand why they are not looking after it or cleaning it. So this is, as far as I know, this is the slab for Edward Balfe, I think is the proper surname, but I'll put it over if I'm wrong. And it's basically a man and a woman, male and female. To me, he looks like he's in armour. His hands are crossed. She is quite unusual because it almost looks like there's a whole piece of her dress missing. Just here. Her feet are under so much moss, you wouldn't believe it. It's so thick. Look at that. Ridiculous. I believe that's her feet. Just there. Just here. Oh. So that is a very, very beautiful tomb. skull and crossbones. I'm not sure what this is. I'm presuming one of those, maybe the sands of time. But here, there is so much more just hiding. I'm presuming it's just kind of design, although there does seem to be a piece of, maybe it's a family crest all along here. What a shame. But I'm glad we got to reveal some of this history here. And I just hope now that the Culture and Heritage Centre that is right there, considering they have mounted the night, that they will come back and look after this grave and the priest's grave.
So I wonder is the priests connected, that they have the similar idea of the...
I'm not
the
sure.
effigy?
I'm not sure whether these were moved and laid there or what, but they do look like they've been here. We don't even know a date on it, unfortunately, but it's definitely very, very old. To hazard a guess, GV,
This?
yeah,
I would say it could be up in the 1600s.
I would think 1600s. The night, like alone, was 1600s.
1670s, 1680s.
Yeah, I think so too. And the same with the priest. That is just having a guess. Both of them actually have the skull and crossbones for memento mori. But I'm wrecked, are you?
Yeah.
Sorry for all the puffing and panting.
It was worth it though.
It is worth it. It's extremely warm here. Oh God, really? We're trying to do a video. Trying to clean some graves. It's just someone emptying the bottle bank. But I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Comment, what do you think? Should the Heritage Centre take better care of those historic slabs? I think so. But for now, guys, take care. God bless. And I'll talk to you all again soon.